Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. I'm going to be doing this live here from the airport. But first, I'm going to make myself a tea with Nightworks. So I don't know if I'm like the only person that does this. But I recycle my bottles. And so that I can travel without so much stuff. So this is Nightworks, really, okay? It's not probiotic. And then inside of my Best Defense, I put my tea. So do any of you guys do that? Do you recycle your Herbalife bottles? Because they're super solid, right? And anyway, good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. So we're going to have a really, I think, candid conversation. Hope you guys find it helpful. I'm here at LAX airport. Thank you, Fit Dulce. Well, I hope today's conversation you find it helpful as well. I actually wanted to have a conversation because somebody said something to me the other day that I was like, oh, I didn't even think it was that big of a deal. Someone said to me the other day, I love how you always speak the truth, and I love how you are always so real. And she said, I wish I could be like that. And of course, my initial response was like, you can, okay? But last night, I got a, hold on, let me get comfortable here. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I'm talking with my Bluetooth. Can you guys hear me okay? Type a yes on the chat if you can hear me good. Can you guys hear me okay? I know there's a delay. Yes, no, yes. Okay, cool. Okay, so anyway, so a couple of days ago, so one of the things I get a lot from people, and I never had an answer to this until this morning. And that is, people always ask me, how is it that I could be so authentic? And how is it that I could be so real? And how is it, they always tell me things like, I love how you can just speak the truth. I love how you can just be yourself. I love how you are just so real. And I was like, okay, thank you, right? Well, then one of my distributors the other day, we were talking, and she was telling me, she's like, a lot of people, I'm not as much anymore, believe it or not, but I used to be really, 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 really tough, okay? I graduated from college, and I did a lot of success really, really fast because I really was laser focused, and if I'm honest, I was a little bit like hardcore, not rude, well, maybe a little bit sometimes, but I was just hardcore, no filter, and I knew what I wanted, and I would just go after it, right? And so that's just the way I grew so fast. Then what ended up happening was a lot of people, I would push them away because they were like, gosh, I would be like, sorry, the noise. Anyway, but hopefully you guys can hear me. So I was a little bit hardcore, and I grew really fast. But then the consequence of that was that I was pushing people away, okay? So I've done a lot of work on that. I'm still not 1,000%, okay? But I've done a lot of work with that. And throughout the years, I think it got to a point where I just, not that I was ever really a liar, but I just got done telling like white lies. I got done telling people like, if they said, hey, do you want this? And I would be like, yeah, sure. Or how is everything? And I'd be like, great, when things were not great, right? Or things like that. I don't know why I always get lipstick on my teeth. Anyway, so I don't know where at some point like that switched. Okay, I don't know. I didn't know until this morning. And so yesterday, somebody called me, somebody who is a friend of mine, and they were in trouble. They were like, oh my gosh, this is what's going on. And do you think I can crash at your house? And I was like, okay, yeah, but I'm leaving tomorrow morning, so I don't know how this is going to work. And I was like, okay, well, who's coming with you? And then she said, oh, so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. And then she's like, and they're also bringing their boyfriends. But I didn't know that they were bringing their boyfriends. And deep inside, I'm thinking, how did you not know? Like, that is just such a lie, right? But I didn't say anything. Anyway, long story short, they figured it out. They got some hotel rooms, okay? But when I got off the phone, I told my friend, so she called me back and she's like, okay, this is what's going on. I said, look, if you need a place to stay, I don't care what time it is, call me, don't text me, call me so that I can wake up and I'll go get you. Like wherever you're at, if you really, really are like stranded, just call me, I'll go get you. And then I told her, I said, but here's the deal, right? I said, but don't lie to me. And she just looked, she's like on the phone, I'm like, don't lie to me, don't tell me that you didn't know that the boyfriends were coming. Hello, I was young too, I know how all this works, okay? And I'm not your mom, I'm not gonna scold you, I'm not gonna be mad at you, but just don't lie to me. Don't tell me something that, don't lie, just tell me the truth, give it to me straight. Just tell me, hey, look, it's a couple of us, they're bringing their boyfriends, do you mind if we stay? And then I get to choose yes or no. And she's like, okay. And then she called me back and she said something again. I'm like, girl, don't lie to me. Like, I know how this works. I used to be your age, right? Anyway, so I said, just call me if you need me. So this morning I was listening to some podcasts and it hit me, and maybe this will support you guys. And this was the big revelation this morning. And that is that we'll call her Mary, okay? Why did my friend Mary feel the need to lie? Okay, why did she feel the need to lie? And here's what I got from it. And that is that she felt the need to lie because she felt a sense of shame around it. Okay? So she felt a sense of shame around the fact that, she was having her friends and their boyfriends come to take a trip to LA, and she felt a sense of shame, like I shouldn't be doing this, we shouldn't be doing this, and therefore the shame that she felt provoked her to lie. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, okay? I don't know if she really felt the shame, but what I will tell you is it hit me. I'm like, you know what? That's why I no longer feel the need to lie. And I can be authentic and I can be real because I've been able to let go of that shame. So that's something for all of us to think about. And if you have never heard of Brene Brown, she's like this amazing speaker that talks a lot around the whole concept of shame. And so I wanted to just come on here and I wanted to invite you guys to think, have you let go of shame? Let go of shame of what you should be, could be, what you think you ought to be, right? And really explore that, because when you can let go of shame, I can honestly tell you, you feel a sense of liberation. So I think I'm sometimes way too honest. Like the other day, my husband said something and I was like, well, I didn't know you didn't want me to say anything. And he's like, I thought you knew. And I'm like, you already know, I speak the truth and I don't really I don't really hide anything, right? I don't know if that's good or bad, okay, you guys? Sometimes I feel like I should hide some things, but, I think the reason why is because I don't feel any shame around anything. My brother the other day, my husband met one of my ex-boyfriends, and my brother was laughing after a while. He's like, my sister-in-law's like, oh my gosh, Gabriel was totally laughing. And I told her, I'm like, I don't hide anything from my husband. I don't. There's nothing to hide. I think he should worry the day I hide something, because now I know that's kind of awkward, okay, him meeting the ex, but the reason being is, number one, Sergio and I have a very open, dialogue conversation. I really tell him how I feel, sometimes a little too much, but, I cannot say the same for him, okay, because he doesn't tell me everything. He doesn't tell me how he feels or what he's thinking, okay, so I can't speak for him, but I can tell you for me, I don't really hide anything from him. If I feel the need to tell him something that I'm feeling or thinking, I do it. I try to be gracious. I don't always do it gracefully, okay, but the point is, I don't feel any shame around anything. And I shouldn't say anything, but hardly anything. And therefore, that lack of shame has allowed me to be real, to be raw, to be authentic, to not hide, okay? And so I really invite you to really look at that for yourselves. You know, in order for you to really, 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 really live an authentic life, we'll always have some kind of guilt and stuff like that, maybe shame. But the more you can let that go, the more you're going to find yourself being who you really are, your true essence. And you're going to embrace, like I embrace all of the good, the not so good. You know, my team will tell you that if I make a mistake, I have no reservations about apologizing. Like I have hurt certain people, made comments that I thought were funny, but they didn't think were funny, and somebody would bring it to my attention. I picked up the phone. Yes, it was a very uncomfortable conversation, and here's what I will tell you. I'm going to end it with this. I want you to think about this, okay? Personally, this is my personal philosophy, and that is what I rather have a 5-minute uncomfortable conversation than 5 days of like pain and regret and uncomfortableness, especially awkwardness, right? So that's just something for you to think about. So anyway, I wanted to hop on here and tell you guys, a couple of people, I get that a lot. Like, how are you so authentic? How are you so real? Like, I love how you're like that. I wish I was like that. And I just really got an aha moment this morning. I've been able to be that way because I've been able to let go of shame. I've been able to let go of guilt. Not always, okay, but I do my best. And, you know, like sometimes I share things that I think people are kind of like, I can't believe she just told me that, because there's no shame around it. I've liberated it. I've let it go. And and another thing, I no longer take responsibility for other people's actions as if it were my own. So, for example, sometimes maybe you feel embarrassed or shame because, you know, something that your family did, your husband, your kids, your mother, your father, your siblings, your nephews, your uncles, and you make that your own. And that's not yours to carry. Okay, that is so not yours to carry. So I cannot say I'm all there 100% because, of course, I care about my family, but I no longer take that responsibility as much. Okay, I'm still working on it. I don't take as much responsibility as I used to for other people's actions. So if you find this helpful, put a comment on I'm going to post right now in the IG. Put a comment. Let me know if what your thoughts were. Share it with somebody. Maybe you know somebody who lies a lot, who does a lot of white lies. This might support them, because I don't think people really lie. I don't know, intentionally. It's just that they're trying to hide the shame. They're trying to hide the embarrassment. All right, guys. Well, I'm here at the airport. I'm on my way to Mexico City. I'm going to go see my husband and my son, and then we're going to go celebrate our 6-year anniversary. 6 years. Maybe I'll convince Sergio to do a live. How has it been being married for 6 years? Okay, I'll tell you, when people tell me, how's marriage like? I always say, it's interesting. And they're like, because I guess they want me to be like, oh my God, it's so amazing. No, it's not. It's not always amazing. It's not always great. You know, him and I are both very strong-willed people. We have very strong personalities. Thank you, guys. And so therefore, it's not an easy sail. Okay, but I can definitely tell you it's been an adventurous one. All right, so whenever someone's like, how's marriage life, I'm like, it's interesting. And then they're like, how's motherhood? I'm like, freaking hard. That's what that is. It's freaking hard. And they're like, they don't know what to say, I think, because they're not used to people being real. They're like, I love being a mom. Yeah, I love being a mom, don't get me wrong, but it's the hardest thing I have ever done in my entire life, especially being a mom to a very strong-willed child like my Sebastian. Anyhow, guys, have a blessed weekend. Be good to yourselves. Really think about what I said. Think about if you're wherever you find yourself lying, catch yourself and ask yourself, why am I lying? Do I feel shame or embarrassment around this? Or why do I feel the need to hide this XYZ thing? All right, guys, talk to you soon and have a blessed weekend.